Okay, so we are reading from this book. This is Buddhism, and today we are on this part. Anger appears when desire is thwarted. When desire is interfered with, the blind passion of anger rears its head, and the stronger the desire, the fiercer the anger. It's his fault I failed to make a profit. She humiliated me. The flames of anger blaze up, causing us to say things we shouldn't, inflict pain and injury, and live in torment. So the diagram is showing us the incurable disease, which is blind passions. It has no cure. Blind passions are desire, anger, foolishness, and many more. All people of all times, regardless of race, age, etc., are made up of 108 blind passions that never diminish or disappear for as long as one lives. Just as the smallest of flames can eventually reduce an entire house to cinders, a mere moment's anger can ruin one's social standing and end relationships. Blowing up at one's boss can abruptly derail one's career. Acting on a violent impulse after being spurned or humiliated can lead one to inflict injury or death on others with disastrous consequences for oneself. Anger makes one abandon all reason and throw caution to the winds. It becomes a dreadful inferno that destroys everything in its path and leaves one standing alone, dumbfounded, in burnt wreckage. Anger begins in rashness and ends in regret. Okay, very good. So up to here. Yeah, I really grateful to the teachings of Pure Land Buddhism for literally spelling out what's going on in our minds, in the world, why we suffer every day. I've never experienced compassion to this depth. Yeah, true masters of Buddhism, they don't have the fear of being slandered. So they speak the truth with compassion. Of course, I don't believe that we humans, we should say something true about them. you know, like, why your hairstyle is like that? It doesn't look nice. Maybe that's the truth for that viewer. But of course, it's not good to speak such personal truth. But when it comes to this kind of universal truth, so I feel like I'm profoundly and infinitely, ceaselessly grateful for our Pure Land Buddhist teachers who risk their life to speak such a truth, even if they know they will get slandered and they get so much backlash. Because many people maybe don't want to admit this, but for me personally, this was in alignment with my suffering, and I was in despair 20 some years ago, not knowing how to deal with these blind passions that quite felt it did feel incurable because it's it's not something you could just tell yourself to stop it and it stops. Rationality goes out the window. Yeah, of course, Buddha teaches us some antidotes to kind of soften these uh, tormenting passions. Yeah, there is the antidote. So the antidote for anger is be patient. Don't speak and don't do something when you are burning with anger. That's also the best advice I've heard. For the time being, don't express it because once you burn those bridges cannot be built again so easily. Yeah, when we become friends with others or in relationships, we get to know our friends, our partners more and more. And little by little, our guards might go down, and then we end up saying things that are not respectful. It's, in a sense, I feel it's an abusive relationship because we don't do that with strangers most of the time. because we don't want to throw everything out the window. But I think for friendship too, little by little, people express their anger as if this friend is a family member who will never abandon them. And so the relationship gets damaged. Yeah, it gets injured. That's how dreadful anger is. Yeah, and it's through all times and all places. And the more we understand the dreadful nature of this anger, that it works like flames, it burns everything in no time, a mere moment of anger. That's how dreadful it is. The more we understand that, the more we can cultivate patience. Patience does not happen overnight. The fact that we gather here and we engage in this recitation meditation session every morning, 6 a.m. Pacific time, the fact that we do this together, this is obviously cultivating patience too, because some of the words we recite maybe we don't understand, and there is some ambiguity, but we're telling ourselves, yeah, just this is this is what meditation is all about. It's about, yeah, calming the mind and trusting the process, and then we get the benefits. Of course, the benefits are, yeah, we enjoy a better headspace, and it brings out the best in us instead of the worst. Yeah, so let's remind ourselves, no matter how many times we are reminded, anger begins in rashness and ends in regret. It's never too frequent. You know, we are made of blind passions. So let's cultivate gratitude as well as patience and other paramitas, and then go forward together, one step at a time. So good job for being here, practicing together. Today's Wednesday. We're going to have Karma Lab at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and have a wonderful hump day, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.